Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. This is Bhard628 coming at you with a review of the Phenyx Pro PTX-15 mixer. Let's get into it. This is the Phenyx Pro PTX-15 mixer. So some features that we are going to go over later are that this mixer has 4 inputs, which include XLR and line inputs. Along with that, there is 16 different effects that you can add onto your audio. And there is Bluetooth as well as a USB port to play your favorite tunes. Finally, this mixer has phantom power to power any of your devices that you plug in. Here is the power cable included with this mixer. And here's the manual that was included with the mixer. In order to supply power to the mixer, all you have to do is to attach the included power cable by plugging it in and then screwing it to the mixer and then turning on the on switch. Once the on switch is turned on, your mixer will look like this. In order to hear audio come out of your mixer, there is a main out section on the mixer where you can plug in 2 XLR cables for left and right, and there is red and white cables you can plug into, and then there is return and send cables that you can plug into to add effects. In order to plug in your instrument or device, all one has to do is plug in the XLR cable or the 1/4 cable into the appropriate ports. This mixer includes phantom power if you would need it. On each input there are a bunch of different effects one can add. The top knob controls gain, the next 3 knobs control EQ, the top one controls high EQ, the next one controls mid EQ, and the bottom one controls low EQ. The next knob controls effects send, and the knob below that controls pan. Below each input there is a slider that can control the volume and a solo button, which we will get into later. On this side of the mixer, you can control the 16 different effects that are included. There is an index below. All you have to do is turn the knob and press it in. Next to the effects screen is the effects send knob. And below the effects send knob is the headphones knob. All you have to do is press the solo button and solo which tracks you'd like to hear in the headphones. Located below is the EQ. This is where you could change the different frequencies that occur in your audio. And at the bottom are sliders. You can control how loud or soft your effects are, how loud the MP3 level is, and how loud your left and right speakers are. Located on the MP3 and effects is the solo button so you could hear those in your headphones. Located on the top right is the Bluetooth and USB port. In order to access Bluetooth, just press the mode button. So the way I'm going to conduct this test is that I've plugged the Phenyx Pro PTX-15 into my Scarlett Solo. The current mic that I'm using is a Shure SM7B. And right now, all the settings on the PTX-15 are at neutral except for the gain. The gain is all the way down just to compensate for the Scarlett Solo gain. So for the next portion of this test, I have plugged my Shure SM7B directly into my Scarlett Focusrite Solo. So this is what I've recorded the other voiceovers throughout this video, but that is how this sounds like. Alright, so for this next portion of the test, I want to show everybody the different effects the Phenyx Pro PTX-15 offers. So let me just mess around with the EQ of the individual track. Okay, I've bumped up the EQ high all the way. Here's what it sounds like with the EQ down all the way for high. Here's what the EQ sounds like for the mid all the way. And now here's what it sounds like for mid in the middle and mid to 0. Here's what it sounds like for low all the way, low back to middle, and low down all the way. So now I reset all these settings to the middle. Here's what the effects sound like. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. I'm adding more effects, taking some away, taking some away, taking some away. So those are all the features I can currently show you, as the Scarlett Focusrite Solo only has one input. I cannot plug in both XLR cables at the moment to show you how the pan feature works, but I can show you how this slider at the bottom works. So currently I have it at like -5. Here it is all the way up to 10, 10 plus 10. Then here it goes down to like but now put it back up to 5, and that is what this sounds like. So the moment everybody has been waiting for, what's my personal opinion of the Phenyx Pro PTX-15 mixer? Overall, I think it's great in certain applications. So if you are going to be playing live, this mixer would work great for you. It's at an affordable price. But if you're trying to record stuff with it and you want to add effects into it, I would not recommend this because there is that buzz or that humming. But Phenyx Pro does not advertise it as recording, so it's not really meant for that. It's meant for just live playing. And especially like if you like karaoke and stuff, I really do enjoy the Bluetooth feature and the USB feature as well. You can play whatever tunes you want through this without having to have an actual computer with it. So this could be its own little standalone device. So just overall build quality, I'm not really happy with it. I mean, does it serve its purpose? Yes, for sure. But if you hear that, it's made out of plastic. So I'm afraid if we're going to drop this, then it's going to break easily. Also, that means it's more susceptible to interference. So if there's other signals coming through in the area, they may become interfered with this device. With the knobs are kind of chintzy. If you notice, I don't know if you can see the shake. Like that's just I mean, it's not too much of a shake, but it's enough that you're gonna notice it. You can tell that the knobs are not put on there very well. The sliders feel pretty decent for the most part, but one thing that rubs me the wrong way is that it's not a consistent slide throughout. Like whenever I go down, I need to use a lot more force than going up, which I don't like having to do that. I just want it to be nice and even throughout. With the effects work, don't get me wrong, but I think some of them are kind of gimmicky, and I don't like how you can't include multiple effects at once. You can only include one effect on the audio at a time. But I do like how it does have phantom power. I know a lot of mixers at this price point do not have phantom power, so I love that I can plug in my Shure SM7B with my cloud lifter, and it works perfectly fine with this device. So overall, if you are going to be having a live performance and you need something and it's just like a solo performance, I would highly recommend this to you. It's a great price point, and Phenyx Pro is a great company. Thank you so much for watching the review.